Can I take a piss first? Short break?
Well, you are holding a bottle.
Yeah.
Actually, I need a pee too. It is the 13th of December 2013 and this is the 6th episode of Chinese Whispers and I'm your host Henry. Today we have Dennis.
Hello.
We've got Michael.
Hi.
And lastly Harry.
Hello.
And today we actually couldn't really decide on the topic until the very last minute. It was originally going to be a continuation on technology, our whining and bitching on technology, but now we've just changed it to a different kind of whining and bitching. Asian stereotypes.
Oh, baby.
And yeah, before we get into that, of course, what's everybody been up to? Harry, what have you been doing all week? For 2 weeks actually, because last week we didn't have a recording.
I've started a job at Rainbow TV, pretty underground, pretty hipster. You need a custom Android box to see this station.
Rainbow TV
online.
Google it, people. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
Dear God, don't Google it. Not until we have the new website up. Dennis, what have you been doing?
Nothing much really. I got the Hearthstone beta key, so I started playing a bit of that.
Does it clock out how many hours you've been playing?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I must have clocked in about 100 hours.
I think the Battle.net client might clock
Pretty
how
sure
many
I
hours.
clocked in 100 hours already. At least 60 hours at least. What else have I been doing? I've been doing a little bit of writing. I've been helping Michael and Pat shoot a couple of things, edit a few things. Not really editing, but telling them the sequence that I would like it in. Being a dictator basically and managing them.
What's the latest thing that you've shot? Because since your spoiler robbery, which has yet to be released, I'm completely out of the loop of the projects that you guys are doing.
Okay.
So the projects, what have you done until now? If that's too long, just talk about your latest one.
The latest one that we're doing is we're doing a shoot for one of Patrick's friends for his audition for So You Think You Can Dance, but it's not his audition. It's an audition for his choreography. He wants to be a choreographer for it, so we're just shooting that for him. And we shot two of his dances day after day, and Pat powered through and basically edited one in one night for him. And we just finished editing the other one tonight.
How many are you doing altogether?
Just two.
How long's each?
About a minute and a half maybe, or a minute.
And if it'd actually be pretty neat if he did become a choreographer.
Yeah,
then you guys would be like, yeah, we were the guys behind him all the way. You know, we believed in him.
We're credited in the credits, so it's okay. It's okay, guys.
Really? Have you decided on the name?
Yeah.
What's the name?
Megapod.
Oh,
Megapod.
not bad.
Megapod.
Better than what was the last one?
Phantom Gaylords.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge leap in improvement. A giant leap. Megapod. And it's not taken by anybody.
It's not taken by anybody.
Just Megapod or Megapod Studios?
I think it's Megapod Productions is the full name, but it doesn't matter.
Megapod.
Either or, it'll do.
Question about the Phantom Gaylords name. Were they Gaylords before they died and became Phantoms? Or did they just sort of we're dead anyway.
Since we're all Phantoms, it doesn't matter.
Since we're all Phantoms, I guess sexuality doesn't matter, right? They just came out of the closet after they were dead, right? What have you been up to, Michael? He says
Yeah, that's what he's been up to. Michael just spends a lot of his time alive, looking and breathing. That's really it.
We've shot a few things. Been doing a lot of editing.
You've been doing some freelancing work though, right?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work. Been doing a lot of Photoshop work. Quite a lot of shooting lately. It's been pretty good, pretty busy. Good busy.
I see a lot of your Facebook statuses and I can't tell if they are related to work or not.
Some of them are actually.
Some are just obscure musings, and I'm like, yep, that's Michael.
That's Michael
Yeah.
TT.
And I also need to
reactivate that WoW account.
I also need to block Michael and his
He
fucking
does.
Reign of Dragons iOS game bullshit.
Yeah.
You gotta block that shit, man. I'm getting all those feeds as well.
You're getting it as
actually,
well?
I normally block that for other people, but it just resets.
But this time you're just like,
I
fuck
can't be
everyone,
fucked
and
right
you
now
just let it
to block
rip.
it again, yeah, so I just let it leak.
You motherfucker.
What have you been up to, Henry? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. What have you been up to?
Last week on the weekend I went on a trip to Jervis Bay with a couple of friends, and that was really, really fun.
Did you get drunk on the beach?
No, I didn't get drunk. I just was tipsy throughout the whole 2 to 3 days.
He sent me this photo of him like in some sort of robe with a staff in front of a fire pit.
Hey, the highlight of the trip was we went to the beach, which was literally a minute's walk from the place that we were staying. We went to the beach and we dug out a huge hole that seated about 10 people. So think of it like a trench, but on one side of it we dug out like this fireplace, this hearth pit, and that was where we had like a bonfire thing going on. And yeah, it was pretty fun. The weather was good. It's funny because we were digging in this pit. A couple of the locals who done strolls down the beach, they walk past and they're like, "Hey, what are you guys up to? You know, like digging holes this big, it's illegal because people might stumble in and hurt themselves and shit like that." And we're like, "Oh, we didn't know it was illegal." Well,
That's why we're lighting a fire so people can see the pit.
yeah, it was pretty good. But no, we didn't come across any problems. And I took lots of pictures of that. Lots of stupid pictures of me actually. And I'll share them. I'll be sure to share them. It was a fun trip. It was a fun, nice getaway. Yeah, the beaches are really nice. You all have to go if you haven't been yet.
Jervis Bay.
Yeah,
the
Jervis
beach.
Bay.
I've only heard good things about it. Yeah.
Oh, we were near Jervis Bay at Coorong.
Oh, cool.
Very,
Yeah.
very close to Jervis Bay.
What were you there for?
They were there to chill out for long weekends, I think.
Over one day, or did you actually stay
Long
somewhere?
weekends.
Over the long
Really?
weekend.
Have to go there next time. Yeah.
What did you do this week though? I heard you reactivated your WoW account. I
Good,
heard
yeah,
That's what I heard too.
Killing pandas.
Oh, good news spreads like wildfire.
it's not good news.
It's not
man.
good
It's
news.
not
Good news. It's good
Is
news
this,
to
is
me.
this why this podcast is so disorganized? Because,
Nah, it's not.
Because
It must be.
you got WoW on your mind.
You guys want to change the topic to WoW? I think that's a good idea. So that's last weekend, and for the rest of the week up until now, yeah, I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft. It's good. I reached max level within a week in one character, which is
What, like
heaps
90?
less grindy. Yeah, it's actually heaps less grindy than I thought it would be,
But it's so
which
much
is good.
easier than before.
Yeah, it is.
It's so much faster now.
So that's
Good and bad.
yeah, good and
But
bad.
it's all about in-game now. Like, no one really plays it just for quests.
I mean, well, that's always the way it's been. Like, once you max level, that's when the game really begins. Oh, and I've
you
only
start
touched
viewing.
the tip of the iceberg, man. You don't want to get me
Asians
started.
and their video games.
That's a stereotype.
Those video game people and their video
game
games.
people.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said earlier on, this episode we're going to be talking about stereotypes, Asian stereotypes, because that's the only insight we have. That's the only authority we have to talk on this subject.
Let's not start off so.
No, one thing that I want to begin it with. Have any of you guys been subject to a particular stereotype that pertains to the Asians?
Well, of course. I mean, pertains to like.
Whether it's accurate or not, like it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
like,
Like
what's
good at
one
math?
that you can think of that
Good at math?
you were good at math?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that. Where did it happen? Who put that shit on you?
All throughout high school, even like everyone. Everyone, like cousins, like even Asians, they all just assumed I was good at math, regardless of whether I was or not.
If you got like below a 90, you were like retarded or
Yeah,
something. That
pretty
was
much.
Clinically retarded.
But
Okay.
like, the funny thing is that both my sisters didn't do well at math at all. One of them only did advanced, and the other one didn't do a single unit of math or science.
That's wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she did 4 unit English, ancient history, modern history, history extension in VA.
Good on her.
Yeah.
Good on her. She's doing well.
She was fighting the power. She was fighting the stereotype power.
Row, fight the power.
You gotta fight the powers that be, man.
What about you, Harry? Any that you've personally experienced at any point?
Especially since now I'm in TV and we take a lot of photos as well. There's the Asians with cameras. Stereotype.
The poses?
Yeah.
The poses?
Not only that,
the
it's just
things
like-
they photograph?
Asians love taking photos of shit.
We would
Run us through it. Give us examples. Talk about it. Go.
You should show the
Right.
Tumblr page we found.
Yeah. Asians taking pictures of food.
Asians taking pictures of other Asians taking pictures of food.
Wow, it goes deeper?
It goes deeper.
It goes so deep.
Dude,
It goes so deep.
Asians taking photos of
real
Asians.
deep. It goes real deep.
Asian taking pictures of Asians taking other pictures of Asians.
Taking pictures of food. This is the
Asians
thing. My
taking
parents.
pictures of
Hey,
food,
did you
taking
ever
pictures
take
of
those
Asians.
goddamn sticker photos?
Yes.
One of those
I
guys.
did actually
Oh my
took
god. Did you make yourself kawaii?
Hey man,
How much sparkles
You
and
gotta
glitter.
make yourself
You gotta
kawaii
make
or you're
yourself
wasting your
kawaii.
money.
they have the feature. Why else? Why else would you?
Now we gotta dig up these photos of kawaii Dennis.
No, hey man,
Would you like to see a kawaii
I've
Dennis?
never done sticker photos. I've never done sticker photos. But we
Dennis
are
like
right
this.
next to Capital, so there is always the opportunity.
Oh my god. My parents earlier this year, they got smartphones. They got like iPhone 5s and shit, and they're on WeChat, the Asian messaging service.
It's
They're
of
in
choice.
Huge
For-
group combos with their friends, and they just end up taking photos of food and uploading
Good
just
God.
seriously everything they eat. And
So
my dad had to change his data plan because he ran over the limit in like 2 days.
good God,
I know.
that's monstrous. That's
Another reason why he ran out of data.
of your
'cause,
dad as
like,
well. Standard in what sense?
Asians.
Because
Why I
like
didn't do that.
Asians are cheap, and he only got like the $15 a month plan, despite shelling out like what was it, $880 on an iPhone 5 or something.
So your
It's
dad
a strange,
takes
it's a
pictures of
strange
food.
level of cheapness where they're willing to shell out stuff to
get a luxury good,
Yeah, to look like-
get a luxury
yeah.
good, and then they gotta cheapen it as much as possible.
They gotta cheapen it
Yeah.
as much as possible. He wears a Gucci belt on pants from Lowe's.
Hey, nobody's gonna look at the pants. They're gonna look at the belts.
You can't even fucking see the belt with the way the Asians dress, to be honest. So it's like this
No.
belt that's
No. He tucks his shirt in all the time.
and it's not a button shirt.
It's not. It's a polo.
Oh my god.
It's just layers and layers of cringe.
Oh my god.
So picture taking.
Yeah.
That is a rampant habit
is.
of theirs. Yes.
Well, Michael's a photographer, so I guess he's got some sort of excuse to take pictures.
Yeah, the other thing with the picture taking.
You've escaped the
have you seen that
stereotype
picture where it's like?
being a professional.
There is reason.
There is reason.
Have you seen that picture where it's like normal people taking photos? They stand up straight. Asians do the squats.
The squats. The squats. Yeah.
Hey man, it's just our natural position, okay?
I don't understand why we got
Horse
squat when we're
stance.
already shorter than everybody else. It makes no sense.
And art students have to lean back
Lean back in.
because their cameras they don't zoom out far enough. They have to get everything in.
That's what he said.
I'm just gonna shake my head to that.
Michael, what about you?
Asian stereotypes you encountered
Or experience?
or experienced
Anyway.
or afflicted on yourself.
Economics.
Oh man.
Commerce, economics, medicine, engineering.
Oh man.
Like, last few episodes for like high school and stuff, when you chose the subject that you did, was it actually enforced on you? Like, did your parents say you have to do this? Okay. So it's just you inflicting it on yourself.
Hey man,
I've got no pity for you. That's it. That's all. I just want to make that clear. Okay. Well, for me, the one, I'm not exactly sure if it pertains to Asians only, but there's the whole elder sibling thing. You guys know what I mean?
yeah.
Obviously, if you're the elder sibling, you know you gotta be a good role model.
That's
et
pretty
cetera, et cetera.
universal.
that's pretty universal, but I got it the other way. I'm the youngest sibling and I'm the only male.
Oh yeah,
Forget the elder sibling part. The male
the
part.
sexism thing.
Sexism thing.
They value their males more than the females.
No, I mean it's okay.
Parents do.
What?
Don't you fucking dare say that shit's true, Dennis, because I'll like blast you.
We're Asian Australian, so it's less true.
There was a story earlier this week of a guy that killed himself after 5 hours of shopping, and his girlfriend said, "No, I want to get one more pair of shoes.
Rest his soul. A moment of silence.
I want to get one more pair of shoes because it's on sale." He's like, "Nah,
see that
I'm having
photo?
no more of this. I'm having no more of this." And like, you know, she was a gold digger.
Yeah, of course. But
And
the
like-
thing is, the ratio is so bad.
The
there
ratio
that
is so
yes-
bad, they have no choice.
Yeah.
And
No, but
wow.
like, I mean, there's a ton of YouTube clips out there where you just see some Kanto girl being like the absolute terrible girlfriend and begging her boyfriend for like a car and shit.
Yeah. She gets in a car at a dealership and,
And then
starts
she
driving
drives away
away.
with
Oh
it.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
I linked that.
I haven't
with,
seen that one.
Michael's.
That was just funny.
Yeah.
Like, where's she gonna go? Like, we got the number
See
plate
the,
and shit.
did
Like,
you see the other one where this,
not gonna go anywhere.
Shanghainese girlfriend starts hitting her boyfriend in the balls with the high heels?
No, have you
Terrifying.
seen the one where there's this guy and his mistress comes in and who like starts him and his girlfriend and his mistress start like going at each other talking Kanto. It's
yeah.
like fucking insane.
Seen that one.
Yeah.
the wedding one?
No.
No. I
This
heard
is
about
at,
that
like, a
earlier
restaurant.
today though.
Yeah.
The wedding one was a full-on brawl.
Yeah, basically crazy Asian women. You
Yeah,
know,
wow.
You know, that's a stereotype. We're still on topic, right, guys? Right?
Crazy Asian women.
But it's real.
But
It
it's
is.
real.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. It's something that Asian women, particularly Chinese women, have this tendency to like have fits of childishness, and it's apparently meant to be cute, culturally cute. There's a term in Mandarin.
So please, I'd love to meet somebody who
But,
thinks this shit is actually cute. Please introduce me to these people who
These
think this shit,
delusional
who's
people.
delusional or sadistic enough to think this shit is quote unquote cute.
Masochistic.
Oh wait, they're all dead because they've committed suicide.
Masochistic.
Masochistic, no,
Yeah.
not sadistic. The chick's sadistic.
Well, some guys just want trophy wives. You know.
Trophy. Clearly, they don't know what a trophy is.
In all the videos I've seen, they weren't that great.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we can't all have your high standards, Michael. Sorry.
No, I'm just comparing with the market. The market,
The market
trend.
average, you know.
The market average.
Yeah.
The exchange rate.
The exchange rate. Well, let's see. One Aussie is about 5 RMB at the moment, so therefore.
You know that actually reflects the quality of the women.
What?
The currency?
Me and Andy
Currency,
had a
like
talk
currency.
What are you
Me
talking
and
about,
Andy had
Michael?
talked about
Yeah, what about currencies that
This
work
topic.
differently though? Like the yen. That's not saying like.
Please explain to me how bitcoins fit into this equation.
Oh,
They're the
we're gonna get
chickens in
off
the
topic
sauce,
now.
No, we're not. No, we're just. I don't know. Like, I don't even know how you brought an exchange rate into this, but.
Dennis mentioned it first. This is your fault.
Okay. I'll rewind us back. This was back to when we were talking about the male stereotype in Asian families. And how the male
big
son
time.
is always like
Yeah.
Prized.
prized.
Rise.
And even in Australia today, it is still there. Like I definitely got it.
So-
both my sisters are older than me, but you know, I'm the guy that has to carry on the family name. I have to get a girlfriend. I have to get a well-paying job. I gotta land all this shit.
Hey. But that's just that's actually a little bit different. That's more like they want to put the future, the family's future.
Yeah, in
on
your
shoulders,
hand.
In your hand. But
Or your loins.
For my lawyers.
But
or where my
there's-
family jewels are.
but there
They're
are
literally on there. Like, you got your balls pierced. And all your family jewels.
Sorry, you were saying, Michael?
But there's another side to this, like in China now, especially with the whole like you can only have one child.
One child policy.
Man, that's the most fucked up shit ever.
The families that do have a son, like they become like treasured. Like they'll be like especially
They're
if you-
spoiled little shits.
Spoiled
They
so badly,
evolve
like,
into princelings.
you know,
Tell us about
when-
princelings, Barry.
It's so different from.
They're,
No.
they're
No.
spoiled. They're spoiled. Exactly, that's my point. Like, we're still a bit different. Even though the stereotype is still there and the Asian son is still held in higher regard than his siblings, it's still not as bad as China. Like it's definitely more westernized in Australia. You know, I'm not saying like it's not true in China. Like fuck, it's awful in China, but yeah, it's not as bad. I wouldn't consider it that much of a stereotype. You know, like Western families still have that. I would assume.
What, they're like the sons more than the daughters?
Well, just to carry on the family name.
I don't think they care about that shit at all, to be honest.
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of options open to Western families. They can just hyphenate their names.
Yeah, some of them
Choose a
don't
whole
even
new
change
name.
it at all. Like they change, like
Yeah,
it doesn't feel as restrictive at all, or if it's even a thing for them to have to consider.
What's an Asian stereotype that you've
It's an
always
Asian
hated?
stereotype that I've always hated. Bad driving.
Hey, but
You tell him, Harry.
I'm
Oh
a
my
bad
god, tell him of
driver.
your exploits. Tell him of your like crazy stories of escaping the law and all that.
Oh, no.
Until it finally caught up to you.
Let's not do that. No, I'm a very safe driver. Statistically,
let's record,
statistically speaking,
Harry has beaten the odds
Harry's
on more
license
occasions
plate
than one.
is.
Harry is a very capable and esteemed driver. I can vouch for him.
At my father's company, we have like all Asian drivers. Like seriously, just overseas students, guys that
Drive on the
Put it
other
this-
side of the road.
that's no, not quite, but they've gotten in some pretty bad accidents. There's one guy that's like wrecked 2 trucks. Another one that backed into a guy at a workshop and injured him.
So what's the like average
It was
yearly
probably exaggerated.
accidental quota?
I don't know, but I think we end up buying a new ute every year.
Go through those things like fucking
And
socks.
yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. I'm a terrible driver. So,
Well then, self-confession time.
self-confession. I'm part of the stereotype, guys.
Do you think you're a good driver, Michael? A capable driver, or not a bad driver?
I don't think I'm that bad.
Ignore these dents on the bumper.
Those were there before. Someone swiped me.
Some
was
Asian
another
swiped me.
Asian.
Hey man,
Hey.
hey, it's like he lives close enough to Hurstville, man. So that could
Hey.
definitely have happened.
Yeah, Hurstville is scary. I mean, like
Let's go in Chinatown.
place
Yeah.
that place
Down
is
Success Street, man.
too many one-ways.
Yeah.
There's people trying to park and shit. This is the next stereotype. That's borderline offensive.
It's now it's kind of like become a bit
What about-
blurred and muddled in my mind.
What about Asians hating on other Asians?
Oh, dude,
That's just everybody.
that's- no.
Really.
Dude,
that's
Indians
sort
hate on
of
other
universal.
Indians,
I mean,
supposedly.
like look at Europe. Everyone hates everyone else.
I
Like
guess.
England and France have been going at it for centuries. France, Germany.
Yeah, I guess that's more universal.
It's just
everybody's
you think
got
you're,
hate for it.
Everybody's
you
got
think
hate
you're
for everyone
superior
else.
to everyone else
my
around
Asian
you.
race is better than your Asian race.
God. Oh my god.
It's so true though. Come on, your parents and all that. I got it.
No, my mom's not like
I
that.
got
at all.
it. Gambling.
Ah, okay, that's a
baby.
good
Fucking
one.
Asians and gambling.
Yeah, they love their gambling.
Gamble
I don't
on
really know
everything.
why that's a thing.
It's like if you walk into the Star, like midday, any day, midday,
Asian.
it's just
And
filled
elderly.
full of like 60-year-old Asian men and women.
elderly men and women.
And you're just like, hello auntie, hello uncle.
And what's scary is you recognize half of them.
It's like a shuttle service that's
That specifically drive them out throughout the day.
yeah.
Yeah, they specifically do.
Right
That's
to
a
the
stereotype,
start.
and it is rooted
From
in
outside my house because the guy who runs it lives across the street from me.
it is rooted
A couple of times he's given you rides though, like,
No.
like free rides. Like, oh,
Never. And he takes up my parking slot. Dick.
So he's one of the bad drivers.
But why do you? I've never really figured out why that's a thing.
It's
Why, like the penchant for gambling.
I don't know. I think they love mahjong. Like, come on, they play mahjong for days on end. They can play mahjong for days on end.
Which leads us to Asian superstition.
Yeah.
I talked a bit about this last time.
Oh my god, I hate Asian superstition. So right off the top, the favouring of the number 8 because it phonetically sounds like fortune, and also the disparaging of the number and avoidance of the
They also
number
like
4
number
sounds
3
like-
because it's half an 8. They also like
Oh
number
my
9.
god! I
because
didn't know about that. That fucking runs deep.
Yeah, they also like number 9 because it sounds like for a long time, 9, as in you live a long time.
Oh my fucking god. Except they hate the number 4 and 14 and 40
Yep.
and 44 just because it sounds like death.
I blew. My mind had a mini implosion when I found out that structures and buildings in Hong Kong and even China, they don't have the 4th floor. They don't have like the 14th floor. Any floor with the number 4 in it, they cut it out. It just doesn't exist. So then you just as a foreigner,
you're in the elevator.
and you're going in and you're trying to like figure out, navigate your way through buildings. You're like, I need to get on level 17, like the real level 17, or the adjusted for level 17. Like, what the heck?
You never know. But that's the same way when they come over here, though. Like
what, that we actually use all our numbers in like.
Sometimes we don't have a 13th floor, but I think like newer buildings
Really?
constructed.
actually
It's
big?
unlucky. It's unlucky.
I don't think it's.
I don't think that's a thing.
haven't seen
It's,
that.
I haven't seen
it's
that.
probably a thing in really old buildings. There's also the other thing is like G. What the fuck is G? Ground
Like
floor.
G, yeah.
Ground floor. This is the first floor, man. This is the first thing you go into when you enter the building. What the hell
Fuck
is
is
this?
G?
I'm of I am the believer in the G.
Yeah, me too.
Because first floor, like, yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes multiple ground levels, like higher ground, lower ground,
mezzanine.
mezzanine.
Whoa.
But superstition, like what other things have you guys had? There's a lot of things with superstition.
Feng Shui.
Oh
Feng
man,
Shui,
Feng Shui.
fuck Feng Shui.
That's pretty stupid.
let's move a lot of furniture around today because Feng Shui wasn't right.
It's not north facing. The chi is not going to enter and exit the right way.
We're not sufficiently capturing
medicine?
the essence of water.
Chinese medicine, they just make pills out of anything.
Anything herbal.
Anything
Anything
herbal.
herbal that tastes disgusting.
Grapeseed pills, freaking mushroom pills.
But, okay, I'm gonna go a bit morbid, but superstition when it comes around to death, right?
Yeah, I know you got a story here.
I got a story here, and this fucking annoyed me, right?
Stage is yours.
I wasn't allowed to go to my uncle's funeral because he was born in the year of the mouse, and I'm born in the year of the horse. I was not allowed to go to his
That
funeral
has
just because of that. For superstitions purposes, like it's unlucky.
Do those two have some sort of what? I don't
even know. I don't
No,
even
within
know.
the
Is there a
Chinese
logical link?
zodiac.
Did they explain that to you?
Logic, mate. Of course
There's no logic in Chinese
Of course there's no
superstition, come
logic.
Man.
Right?
The folklore is like certain animals have
And like,
disagreements.
okay,
with one
I
another.
love my uncle. I love my uncle, and I love my aunt, who told me that I couldn't come. Right. So I was allowed to go to the wake, but then I was sort of like, oh, I'm not. I didn't even go to the funeral, sort of thing. So it's sort of like a wasted opportunity. And then there's also the thing where if somebody dies in your family, you're not allowed to go out or like go to another person's household for maybe like a month because you're bringing in the bad luck, essentially.
That only matters if they're
bad
Chinese.
Yeah, that only matters if they're Chinese.
Because dying is totally luck based.
But my aunt, it's been a year since her husband died, right? And she hasn't, like, we offered to fly her out to America because our cousins were getting married. Like, one of our cousins was getting married. And she just wouldn't go because she was like, oh no, it's bad luck. It's been a fucking year, you know?
You're actually extending this.
And she's old. She's never going to go to the States again. So we were like, no, we'll pay for you and everything. And she just couldn't go. Just because of Chinese superstition. It's just bullshit.
The one thing that really annoys me when it comes to superstition, I guess if you can class it within superstition, is what's it called? Kind of like the yin yang balance thing, but particularly when it comes to food and one's health.
Yeah, I get what
Heat,
you're saying.
energy,
The
cool
shang
energy.
huo and the other thing.
Yeah,
Hai
shit
huo.
like that.
That's-
So okay, for those of you who don't know what the fuck this stupid thing is, and you're probably dumber for hearing about it, but
Here we are to lower your IQ.
within Chinese culture and some other Asian cultures, I guess, they've got this concept that originates from yin and yang, I believe. And basically it's about the balancing of energies and, harmony and all that shit. But when it comes to food, it relates to like your health, like a balance of hot and cold energy. So like some food has heat energy and some food has cold energy. And this shit is completely fucking arbitrary, by the way. There's no sense
kind of science
or reason behind it. But anyway, so yeah, food has these properties. And if you've got an imbalance of heat energy or an imbalance of cold energy, then you get sick, and that's Chinese medicine 101. But anyway, the one that really fucking this really fucking bothers me, because I remember when I was a kid and I wanted to ask my parents about it, because I was inquisitive and shit. I was like, oh, okay, right. So heat energy, cold energy, I get it. But the people in ancient China who came up with this theory for the balancing of food energies, how did they know all the food that would have existed in the world? And what happens when you like mix food up? Like, how come ice cream has heat energy but it's obviously cold? Like, I just threw really obvious questions to them that they just could not fucking answer, and they're like, well, that's just the way it is, and that's when I'm like, yeah,
that's just the way it is.
You can't
respect your others. Shut the fuck.
yeah.
Stop asking questions.
You're not allowed to talk. Don't talk to me like that. Yeah, fucking. It just makes me laugh every time they bring that up.
You're a health sciences expert. What do you reckon about some Chinese practices like
what?
Herbal medicines?
Herbal medicines. I mean, some of them.
What about the weird shit? What about like deer antler?
I'm not a fucking
rolling
expert
a
at that.
hard-boiled egg over
Bruises as medical treatment.
As
that happens.
This is the theory behind it. It's a hard-boiled egg, so it's white, right? And when you roll over the bruise, it will take the bruise and it will sink it into the egg.
It's funny because I've actually received that as treatment a couple of times as a kid. Like, I play on the playground, I trip, I get a bruise on my knee or some shit. Like, then roll an egg over the bruise, and I'm like, oh, is this supposed to make it better? I guess. Like,
I guess
it feels warm.
I guess it's warm. I guess it feels nice.
Holy shit! I was like, oh my god, there's no sense. No sense.
What about acupuncture?
I've never had acupuncture.
I never had that.
Do you actually feel relief?
I've never had that. If you guys had the jars,
vacuum cups.
Yeah, vacuum cups with the lights, like
they let fly and then they vacuum.
That actually sounds like something that might work.
That might work. I've heard
But it leaves marks everywhere.
Bad stories about that too. Like it sucks it up and then just doesn't release. Like even after you've taken it off, it just stays like that for a bit and it's just like
Wait, what were we talking about before? The acupuncture? Oh no, wait, yeah, acupuncture. Oh, speaking of acupuncture, the really funny story. Okay, back in high school, had a friend who I think he was short-sighted or something. I don't know. His vision wasn't that great. But anyway, one day his parents decided to take him to acupuncture because they heard that acupuncture would fucking enhance your vision somehow. It would fix your vision. It would bring it back to normal. And he received a couple of sessions of treatment, and he's still fucking wearing glasses. When he told us about it at school, I mean, at the time, I was probably a dickhead about it, but I was like, how the fuck would that even work? You're sticking needles into various parts of your body, and that's supposed to somehow improve your vision? What the fuck? But yeah, like when he came back, like a couple years down the line, he's still wearing glasses. I just laugh at him secretly in my mind.
The chi flow. Come on,
That shit's important.
Fucking cheese.
Asian stereotype, the old retirees that go do Tai Chi in the parks.
Oh man.
Hey man.
That's just another form of exercise. I mean, I'm okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that.
They're just looking after themselves.
I hope when I'm like 80 years old, I'm still doing that shit.
Because flowing water never stagnates.
Asian wisdom. That's another thing.
Ancient Chinese secrets.
Ancient Chinese secret.
No, that Chinese pride that you have.
Chinese what?
Chinese pride.
Chinese pride that you have, yeah.
Chinese made everything.
China has
That's fucking
5,000 years of
That's
history.
stupid and divisive and just
My
very
dad's all
short-sighted.
like that.
and dumb.
All
Like,
civilization
China's so great.
sprang from China.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, even if you think about that kind of self-centered view, like even the Chinese word for China, like 中国, like middle country, that they thought at some point in time they thought they were the center of the world, of the universe.
and yet, when they were open up to trade with like Britain and shit, well, no, I think it was a lot. It was a lot before that, but we were the only country that produced porcelain. Now we're known as plates.
What? What?
China's another name for porcelain, like plates, ceramics.
Oh yeah, like not China, yeah. No, but like now I'm interested in like the wording and the terminology and stuff. Did China, like term for the country, did that predate the term for the material, or was it like did it come hand in hand?
I have.
No idea, man.
Because I always found that that kind of double meaning to be weird.
Glazed ceramics probably came from China, and
And people just refer to it as China.
people just refer to it as China all the way down the line because like some trader from the Middle East probably forgot the name of where all this Chinese shit came from.
It's China.
China, where'd you get it from? China?
I like the China from China.
That's history with Harry.
History of Harry.
The more you know.
History of Harry. China from China.
Another messed up thing is like China's been conquered multiple times, like last few dynasties.
Any kind, like a shit ton of countries have been conquered multiple times. on
Not
several
just
fronts.
like colonials, like way before. Like Genghis Khan came down, Mongolian dynasty, and all that part of that empire. Chinese people just stand around and say, "Oh no, you're Chinese now. You're Khan, but you're also emperor. It's cool."
You're also emperor. Emperor Khan.
And
Yeah,
what's next?
fucking China.
This turns into a huge podcast about a bitching about China.
Yeah, we've jumped ship, so to speak, from
Yeah.
Asian stereotypes to just hating on China.
Hey man, haters gonna hate. We gotta hate on the Chinese race.
We gotta.
Don't worry, we'll hate. There'll be many other opportunities to hate on other non-Chinese things.
I'm sure we'll
Your
get to
turn
it
will
sometime.
come.
Don't feel left out if you feel left out right now. Dude,
Yeah. Oh, wait. Back on stupid beliefs on health products. Like,
Yeah, stupid beliefs on health products. Placebos.
My mom went to Japan and she came back with like a fuck ton of like
Japan,
anti-radiation strips.
Oh my
Like, how the
God.
fuck is that going to protect you from anything? She's like,
No,
no, we stick it on stuff with Wi-Fi. Because Wi-Fi is harmful for your health.
What?
Hotels in Japan don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have Wi-Fi because everyone in Japan has the internet already. Or they just bring their own
Wait,
laptop with
so
their
you have
net
to tell me a
cable.
little bit more about these strip products and how they work.
I have no idea. You know what? I didn't even bother reading it. It just seriously looks like a oval-shaped plastic thing with a metal strip in the middle.
Okay.
The worst thing is, she stuck them on my sister's iMac.
I didn't
It
ruin.
fucked up her speakers.
Holy shit. You should introduce her to tinfoil hats.
I'm gonna make this analogy next time she brings it up and tries to stick it near any of my stuff. I'm gonna say like, here, I'm gonna take this bottle cap. This keeps ghosts away. You can't prove that ghosts don't have a negative effect on your health and that they don't exist.
You should start a
Therefore-
tinfoil hat sewing business in China. You'd make billions. You will.
This hat keeps away tigers.
Do you see any tigers around here?
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, see, because Chinese people would want tigers around because
So they would eat it.
proud Chinese yeah, they would eat it. That's the other thing. Talking about food, like chicken feet suddenly become phoenix claw.
Hey man, you gotta sell it somehow, right?
if you just walked around saying it's just chicken sweet, nobody's gonna buy that
Yeah,
shit.
Phoenix Claw, like, well, I'm interested. Phoenix Claw, tell me more. Will this enhance fertility and long life?
But actually, here's another thing. And this might just be Asian Australians, but every single Asian Australian, like, they open up a fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
They just open up a restaurant.
Well, it makes sense on a lot of pragmatic levels. I mean, one, they're
It's
rather
what they know,
unskilled.
yeah.
It's the only thing they know. So, the options are fucking limited when it comes to starting your own business. And part of that's tied into their, lack of fluency with the English language. So, they got to work with what they got. But at the same time, it's also, like the demand, like fucking Chinese food. Everybody loves Chinese food. So, it makes sense on those two fronts. That's what I got to say, at least. No opposition.
Are you echoing Pauline Hanson when she says that we don't assimilate and we gather in ghettos?
Well, are you a Pauline Hanson sympathizer?
Like first generation immigrants generally do.
That's always the way it is with any country or ethnicity. First generation they do band together in those small communities and for understandable reasons. But of course, the latter generations, that's when the true assimilation happens.
Is it though? Because back when the White Australia policy was we learned this in year 9 or year 10 history.
Yeah, what about
that's European immigrants after World War II.
Yeah.
They had to sort of go through the whole name change thing, adopt the Aussie lifestyle, the 2 meat and veg food and whatnot. It wasn't until the 60s and stuff that they actually came through and a lot of Italian immigrants
Started eating pasta.
Yeah, delis, strange and wonderful meats.
I didn't hear about that, but no, like I was saying, like it doesn't matter if it's not just with Asian ethnicities. It's the same with various other ones, whether it's Arabic or Lebanese or Italian. They band together in their own like hubs, so to speak. Because that's just how they preserve their culture in a foreign place. Yeah.
That's the thing, that after you moved overseas, you're not Chinese anymore, because we're full. Well, no, the ones who have moved overseas, they keep saying like, oh, you're Chinese, you're always gonna be Chinese, your children are gonna be Chinese.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Funny random thing. Say, whether it's like a sport event like World Cup or Olympics, just again, random fucking question, like who do you cheer for? If there's like do you cheer for Australia or do you cheer for China or you just don't give a fuck or you just cheer for whatever?
I cheer for Australia and I don't give a fuck about the rest.
Find it hard to cheer for Australia these days. We're not winning very much. Like after Sydney Olympics,
That's why
that was a golden generation of athletes. We were winning everything.
That's why we need to cheer.
And afterwards we're just like, oh.
Because your cheering energy gets channeled to the athlete, and that enhances their performance.
Chi! You gotta
Chi.
cheer.
You gotta channel your chi. You're cheering.
It's like getting spirit bombs inside themselves. They have to channel it. You have to give them the energy.
Holy shit. Is like this thing that like you would not believe how many words in Japanese are based off chi.
Tell us about it. What do you mean?
As in like to realize is to attach chi. Literally. No.
I see what you mean.
To be careful is to attach chi.
Right. I see what you mean. I chi what you mean.
God damn it, Henry.
What are we turning into? Yeah. On going back a bit to like the very first point that Dennis made about being good at maths. Conversely, one other way that people look at it, you're good at maths, but that also means you're probably not good at the artsy stuff, except for piano or violin.
That's true though.
Except for piano or violin.
That is
Drama?
true though.
Nah.
That is true.
Singing? Nah. Sports? Nah.
Schooling in Asian countries tend to have a different approach. They don't promote critical thinking, rather they promote mass amounts of knowledge,
Rote and memorization.
methods, formulas.
I mean, the Australian is sort of similar to that.
We're
What
moving-
the ABC is all about.
it's more about memorizing stuff rather than tackling a problem in different ways. It's moving towards that because standardized testing, because everyone's bitching about how Asian people are performing better than them in schools. Hence, but that's because fucking tutoring colleges, because apparently 30 hours of school a week ain't enough for your kid.
Yeah, we talked about tutoring before. I believe that's episode 3. Episode 3 of Chinese Whispers, where we bitch about tutoring. Is there if you listen to it, Harry, like, is there other points that you want to add? Did you go to tutoring?
I did. I went to this tutoring place called Dr. Do.
Dr. Do.
Says English wasn't.
We better be like get fucking royalties for advertising his shit.
But the way he taught us the maths, the calculus and the algebra was great. Instead of using letters, where everyone would have been like, what the fuck is this? Letters and maths? This is unholy. Go back to English, letters, you're drunk. He just simply used pictures of fruit in place of
That's cool, that's fresh. Fresh fruit.
Of substitution.
What a technique.
That's
He's a god among
that's
men.
legit.
He is. 1 banana.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
If you derive a banana, you get an apple.
Holy shit.
See, banana, you derive the apple,
you get a grape.
plus C. We're like, what the fuck? That's a letter. He's like, no, you always add plus C.
Holy shit. Oh, no, speaking of touring colleges, so obviously Asians are known to, go to these cram schools, go to additional schooling, tutoring after hours, in addition to the normal schooling that they go to. And that reminds me of this, a couple of experiences where I've been to several different tutoring colleges, and of course it's jam-packed with fucking Asian kids. But it's like and also an area where I reverse stereotyping, where like an odd non-Asian kid would be there, like a kid or so.
Everyone.
And I was like, whoa, you don't belong here. You're in the wrong neighborhood.
One time there was a white girl in Dr. Do,
Yeah.
and there were 3 classrooms.
Yeah. And she had a classroom all to herself.
No. That would have been
That's
racist.
fucking discrimination.
That would have been
right
racist. This is just slightly uncomfortable. Everyone had a look. Everyone leaned away. Holy! We just walked past. We're like, hold on. Whoa!
Like an exhibition. Like, hey, check out that room. Like we got something special for everyone.
We were actually like sat down, told the neighbor about the new spectacle, and then they went and had a look like, whoa!
That's horrible. That's funny and
This is,
horrible. Oh my
It's
god.
absolutely terrible.
Fucking had a look. Everybody peeked it. So fucking dumb.
Should we get off the terrible stereotypes for a bit and just get on to the really weird ones?
The weird ones? What do you have in mind?
Like, well, it's not weird. I don't think it's that weird. There's probably a reason behind it, but we haven't discussed it enough.
Weird is a relative thing.
Dennis and I were talking about this before, that Asians identify much more with African American culture rather than
How so?
Anglo culture. Well, you see dance school and crossover is full of Asians.
I think
It's about half and half, but hey, Asian representation is much more than
it's
proportionate.
it's several factors. One, they're located near Chinatown. Go figure. But 2, it might also be that repressed sense of creativity or self-expression that they've had to grow up with. So now they're only finding this release near the end of high school, at the beginning of university, where they do have a greater sense of newfound freedom. So it's kind of like a coincidental thing.
It's a funny thing that my uncle said to me. He's like, "Oh, you want a creative career? You should be an accountant."
You can be creative with the numbers.
Exactly.
Doesn't it all make sense, Henry? What? Holy shit. I'm gonna need a moment. What? Is that all he left you with, or did he explain more? How far did he go?
Just that. I didn't even want to know.
You just looked at him
it's probably
flabbergasted with what?
That's the joke.
there were a whole range of responses that you were going through. Should I laugh? Should I stay silent? Is he serious? Like what? I guess I should just respond by not responding.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wait, you were talking about like weird stereotypes.
Well, back on that one, that the repressed.
Oh yeah, African American.
The other thing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Hey man,
inherently
it's
related. I think
minorities hanging up for minorities.
Yeah. I got your back, son.
Band him up against the man.
Row,
The
fight
man
the power.
trying to keep us down.
Gotta fight the popo.
And hip hop culture is just fun. Like everybody loves hip hop culture, so it's just a common ground, a middle ground that everybody kind of finds like a meeting point to come together with. Is that the only weird thing that you got? Because that's like -5 on the weird scale. It's like far from weird, to be honest.
The weird Asian things. Why we like to say the N-word so much online.
Hey,
Man,
we feel repressed too sometimes. We just don't have
That's our word too. No, it's not.
Okay then.
Well, there's the other thing that the stereotype that Asians are, how you say, demure.
Are you talking about females specifically?
No, females are fucking scary.
No, I see. I get what you mean. And
Yeah,
that'll
well, we're,
keep going.
Which is rather passive in general.
Right.
I think that's more of a.
Well, I mean, that's more of us being repressed by our parents for so long.
Yeah, it's a parents thing, but it's also like a Confucianism thing. Confucianism was all about preserving natural order, obeying the patriarchy,
Family first.
ancestor worship. You go up the level, like considering what my parents would have done, what my grandparents would think of this.
Speaking of going off of the point of the demureness and stuff, I was going to bring up a point about relationships, how more often than not you see Asian girls going out with non-Asian guys, but when, you rarely see the case the other way around, Asian guys with non-Asian girls. And yeah man, we gotta balance things up to preserve the harmony, Harry. Gotta preserve the balance of all things. Gotta keep the world's chi in check.
In the words of Leonard from Community, where are the white women at?
Oh my god.
Hey, are all half Asians attractive?
Yeah,
I've never seen a half Asian that's not attractive.
that's the thing. It's like
I mean, sorry, keep going.
sometimes it's an uncanny valley it falls into, where they get
doll-like features.
They get like they get the small eyes. They're pale and they somehow have bad skin.
What?
Isn't
Like,
that
they get
all Asians? Wait a second. Just kidding.
And they somehow get like unattractive features from both sides. That's just being screwed over by genetics.
I mean, it's just in genetics, really. You know, luck of the draw shit. But speaking from the samples that I have seen and observed in the wild of the world,
In the wild.
I think from my experiences, like generally speaking,
Yeah,
it
pretty
seems to be the majority.
That's the thing. That's an Asian stereotype as well. We find Western features incredibly appealing.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Yes and no.
I think
Yes
it's
and no, but
just biology. Like you see shit that's different. Like interesting.
like Asian girls getting plastic surgery for
Double
double eyelid. They
Oh
got
my god!
eyes.
Fuck double eyelid. That's crazy.
Double eyelid surgery is the most common
Operational
operation-
procedure.
Yeah. In all of Southeast Asia, or in all of Asia, essentially, double eyelid surgery is the most common thing.
In all of Asia, I think.
Yeah. This is where you guys say, like, this is all natural.
I haven't been operated on. Proud to say, all natural. See is what you get. Boom. Of course, that makes me think of that story that I saw in China Smack, where a husband sued his wife because the children weren't pretty,
ugly.
were ugly because they didn't reflect the features that she supposedly had. Like, holy shit, that's a thing. Anyone, any fucking one. Under the
I was just
pretext of like. Which pretext of that word? Under the reason of like deception or some shit. I was like, whoa, China, goddamn.
That just reminds me of all the Asian makeup things where they get guys to dress up as girls with as much makeup caked on.
I know what you're talking about.
Have you seen any of
I've
those,
seen
like,
the comparisons, you know, where they do half the face and then you see the before and after. But what's this thing about guys?
You've seen the before and afters where like ugly girls put on a ton of makeup and then they look pretty, right?
Yeah.
They did the same thing with a bunch of guys to make them look like girls and put wigs on them. And it's fucking uncanny. It was fucking uncanny.
So, guys cross-dressing. It's not exclusively Asian. I guess it might be easier if you're Asian.
I think that's probably the most politically correct statement we can say on that topic. that reminds me of some other thing that I saw online about a Japanese high school, how they have a contest, a cross-dressing contest. Yeah.
That's the thing with Japan, though. They have a weird sense of...
And I'm not denouncing it in any way.
What's okay and what's okay for children, what's not okay. Like sex and stuff, sexuality, as long as you're not doing it for kids, whatever. It's all on. Violence? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Wait, what are you talking about?
No. Like actual sex, they have to blur out the fetus. Everything up to
the family jewels.
Up to the family jewels is like free game, apparently.
In Japan. I think Japan is its own crazy, wonderful place.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say. Japan's a whole nother kettle of fish. They're in their own league, to be honest. Nothing comes close.
Asian races close.
Like nobody can compare to on their level of creativity. I'll put it at that. Damn, I really want to visit Japan.
It's a pretty strange place, man. Like I told you the story of once trying to look for an internet cafe. Turns out there was one like right near where I was staying, but I didn't know. So I went to.
You missed the computers.
I went. Yeah, no, I had to upload a few photos. So I went to this place in Akihabara, and it turns out it was actually a porn shop. Place where people rent porn to jack off in a room. There were rubber vaginas all over the place. And
did you have a good time?
What was the place
called? Did you have
called?
a happy ending?
No, I asked the guy like how much for just the internet, and then he's like, oh, it's a foreigner. He had this look like, wow, you must think we're weird, but I don't care. You're the foreigner here. You're the weird one.
I know what you're thinking, but you're the one who doesn't belong.
Hey, we're an established business.
So you're gonna rent a fleshlight or not?
They're totally desensitized to that kind of shit.
I love Japan from a distance. Japan from a distance.
You don't want to look too close. Because you might the makeup.
Because you might not actually like what you see. It's a top.
Let's just run through the Asian stereotypes.
Oh,
Let's just go straight through them all. Okay, Asian parents.
Oh man.
Typical Asian parents. They always want you to study. Then they want you to switch almost. As soon as you hit university, it's like, why don't you have in a relationship? Why aren't you?
Where's that pretty girl you're waiting to show us?
Where the fuck are my kids?
Where are my grandkids?
They won't let you have a social life before that, you know. They won't let you go out at all before that. And then they just expect it, immediately. So that's true.
I wasn't
100%. That is true.
For Asian girls as well. It's like you're not moving out till you get married.
Asian parents, man.
Asian parents.
And they expect that those A's, B is not good enough in any sense.
Those Asian dad memes are so
Yeah.
true. It
I
is
love
so
those.
true. I fucking love
B,
it.
you're not Asian. You're
Asian. Okay. So we have the Asian parent stereotype. We do not all drive Honda Civics.
Oh
Our
wow.
eyesight, even though our eyes are
Toyota
small,
Camry.
our eyesight is not that bad. I have 20/20
Wow.
I have 20/20 vision.
3. Yeah. Well, we're lucky in it. Yeah. 3 out of 4.
3
Don't
out
wear
of 4.
glasses.
Don't wear glasses.
Sorry, Michael. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I sit at a computer screen for the majority of my day, so I guess I am the typical Asian nerd, quote unquote. What other Asian stereotypes are there?
The hair.
Hey, dude, I don't use.
Okay, no. But we gotta look at this.
We're talking about like really
No,
Asian
Yeah,
people.
okay.
Yeah, like okay, on the fucking topic of hair, like don't get me started. Okay, we're looking at this from 2 fucking spectrums, alright? Let's start with like the fucking ugly bowl cut, no effort, just ugly,
I've had those.
ugly, bland, standard bullshit. Generic.
The Gohan cut from 1980s.
You know that really no frills, really shitty Asian haircut, right? So that's one side of the spectrum, and then on the other side, you got like the crazy Japanese
Super styled.
You got the Japanese visual kai, like
Volume
over the top,
everywhere,
dyes,
curls and
lots
shit.
of product, lots of hairspray. You know, constantly fiddling and twiddling with it. And I've been both sides, right? I've been there.
You've also had your regal mane. You've had
regal mane.
You've had
That's
the Prime
coming back.
Minister Koizumi. It's a haircut now. Sorry about that.
But yeah, I mean, I've experienced both ends of the spectrum, and I think I found a happy medium. Speaking of the mane, though, it is making a return, as you can probably see.
I see.
I'll be growing out my hair for
Fucking
a couple
mullet.
more.
It looks
ways
like
to
a
come.
goddamn mullet.
No. It's better than a mullet. It's like a neo mullet with Asian flavor on it.
That's the sound of me slapping my palm into my face. If you couldn't hear that properly.
How many brain cells were lost from that impact?
I had an Asian mullet at one point. It was
Oh god damn it!
kind of
Harry.
less Asian. I don't know for some reason my hair's not straight.
You got a nice like
like
waviness to
At,
it.
Look at
hey,
the
hey,
Korean
okay.
thing, I
At
don't
least,
know.
at least you guys have never.
You got like a natural perm.
Wait.
I do.
You guys have never had rat tails, right?
No. Well, not intentionally.
Ah!
The rest of the hair was
Like
as
when I
long,
was
it just sort of
like when I was like
wrapped up.
fucking 6, because my parents just thought it was funny because you do shit to your kids, you dress them
You
up. and
do shit to your kids.
Do shit to you.
Hey, not that kind of way. No, but you know, like you probably heard like some parents, you know, they dress their kid, but they're like really fucking young, like a baby, and like toddler, dress them up as the opposite sex, and like, you're wearing a dress or skirt. But then that happened to me.
Fuck you up.
But I had the rat tail thing. Like they did it for like I wouldn't even call it a real rat tail. It was like just a couple centimeters, 4 centimeters or so, and that was the only rat tail experience I had. And then they chopped it off, and then I had that generic.
Did you ever have the Padawan braid?
No, I didn't. No, that I don't understand. I don't think that's an
I've
Asian
seen
thing,
that.
but I think it's pretty ugly. To be honest,
Yeah.
is it? Unless if
Kind
you
of
are
like a
Star
period
Wars
piece drama thing.
fan. Unless if you're a Star Wars fan, then fucking rock it like you're proud. But if you're not, then I don't know. So fucking hairstyles. Yeah. Fucking hairstyles.
What's next? Hairstyle.
Drinking capability. They were just talking about tequila.
Drinking capability.
Asian
Yo,
plus, man.
Asians think they can drink.
Asians think they can drink. Asians can't drink. And this comes from like, you probably can drink more than I can. Right?
I am a drinker.
Yeah.
I do fine.
I'm
It's just-
average.
It's
Don't succumb to peer pressure to drinking, kids.
it's.
Stay safe. Don't drink and drive.
The thing is, like,
Asian drivers.
Asians-
We were talking about this before.
we like Chinese people. The national liquor is like Baijiu, 56% nasty as fuck, strong, so very strong, heavily distilled, like vodka plus another distillation, and they serve it in tiny little cups you're meant to sip from. You're not meant to take shots of it at all. And I think in the history books it was like Mao entertaining President Nixon with this. Nixon was a bit sipping this thinking, what the fuck?
Like, that's it. China's trying to poison me.
Yeah.
That's it. All diplomatic relations are over. This Baijiu shit. Fuck that.
That shit is
Like,
disgusting. No, that
I
shit
know it
is
is.
disgusting.
Nah,
I
that's
don't like
like the stuff like over here you can only get the double distilled stuff, but the single distilled stuff in China that was actually not bad, right? You tried it, the clear
It
bottle,
was barely bearable.
barely bearable.
You've had the
Yeah,
slobber
drink it
bits,
by
right?
itself.
You've had the
No, I
slobber
haven't.
bits?
I don't think I have.
Have you ever had
I'm not much of a
bits?
drinker, you know
Almost.
that.
It's like a plum. It's made in Eastern Europe. It's like a plum alcohol.
What, like umishu?
Like
Or-
choya? Choya measure?
No, it's like disgustingly bad. It's like the most foulest thing I've tasted in my life.
By
Have you tasted huangjiu?
No.
It is low alcoholic content, but the
Yeah,
whole
but
thing
this
You
is
mean-
low as well. It's like
yellow wine. It
you
tastes
mean
like
piss, swill.
piss in a bottle.
well, you're not wrong.
I'm not gonna
It
dispute
tastes
your
the whole
claims.
thing. It's low alcoholic content, so you end up drinking a lot of it, and it tastes all like there's that bitterness of Chinese medicine in it. It's like
So
it's bitter,
therapeutic?
so it must be good for you.
Therapeutic?
What about the kung fu
That's
stereotype?
a strong.
I don't think that was ever a thing for
That
me.
was never a thing for me.
That was. Oh no, I think we missed the boat on that one. That was like 70s, 80s.
That was
Yeah,
like a 70s,
yeah.
80s thing.
Probably for the best. Probably for the
Probably
fucking
for the best.
The Asian synchronization thing.
Oh man.
What do you mean?
Asians love to do shit in sync.
Sync.
Like you see those other videos of like Japanese animation hip hop dances.
Yeah, or Chinese flag bearers.
Was that the Honda or Toyota had a whole team of drivers do that ad with a
did
was
you-
that Mitsubishi? I
Did
don't
you
know.
watch the
Nissan,
opening
Nissan,
ceremony
Nissan.
of the Chinese Olympics?
Oh, yeah.
Everything was all done by people in sync. The whole entire show was just them doing like signs and panels and shit like that in sync.
The videos in the North Korean thing,
Like walking in sync and just like
But that's just fucking
perfect
militaristic
sync.
shit. That's military, not Asian, I don't
Isn't
think.
that where it originated from? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, not really. It was kind of from further back than that. Chinese acrobatics.
Ah,
That's where
okay,
it's at.
yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's where it came from.
and yeah, oh yeah, fucking. Well, I mean, it's still there. Like Chinese gymnasts,
Well, what
Chinese
about
male
them?
gymnasts and Chinese female gymnasts. They're winning gold every year, other than the Russians.
Yeah. That's great, that's amazing.
The whole controversy with stuff that they try.
Except for the
They
bit
keep
where they
trying
recruit
to
them when they're
sneak in
4.
younger athletes. Just write their birth certificates the year back.
For Olympics, there isn't an age restriction, is there?
There is.
What is it?
It's either
Because I've
15 or
fucking seen
14.
kids like compete.
It's either 14 or 15. How old was Liesl Jones when she?
I don't even
So,
know.
I don't know. So it's either 14 or 15, and like
Yeah.
apparently,
14 and up.
Like under that, there's the Youth Olympics.
Oh man, this is something that's kind of been bugging me for like a while now, on and off. But the representation of Asians in film, music, or media, or whatever, mainly TV, I guess, whether it's guys or girls. The lack of fucking representation, that sucks. And that's just me having like a whole ethnic minority whine there. But I feel like in this day and age, I don't know.
We are
We should have a more.
underrepresented.
I mean, obviously, you know, for particular shows or whatever, you know, you gotta adjust it for the context. You're not gonna fucking have Chinese people in the tutors, you know. But at the same time, you also don't want to have it to be like, okay, we're doing a TV show. Let's meet the quota of ethnic minorities. I don't want it to turn into that either. But what I am saying, what I am realizing and noticing is that, you know, there's really a clear lack of Asians in prominent roles in movies or film or television.
It's like one guy is a token Asian, or everyone in the movie is Asian.
One guy's a token Asian or everyone in the movie is Asian, yeah. And then, you know, on that point, the Asians are very restricted in the roles that they are assigned, which is obviously really stupid because, you know, we've got great Asian actors and stuff. But one clear example that really fucking bugs me is a couple of years back, the movie Avatar, the Last Airbender. There was a whole controversy about that and how
Race bending.
race bending, yeah, you know. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the movie is based off of a Nickelodeon cartoon. I think it's a Nickelodeon cartoon.
Nickelodeon.
That and you know, it's set in a very ostensibly Oriental kind of context, you know. And yeah, within the movie, they got a whole bunch of Western people to act out the main characters. Where it's like, what?
Well, I mean, in the
It's
Dragon
actually
Ball Z
terrible.
film, the guy's
Yeah, and then the Dragon Ball Z film, they got like a Western fella to act him out, even though it's strictly a Japanese IP in a Japanese kind of context.
Well,
thing.
technically, Henry, Goku was not Japanese. He was
He's Saiyan.
He was from outer space.
We should be getting vegetables to be all the characters, right? Holy
Why does
shit.
Goku gotta be humanoid? What do you got some sort of
Henry, you racist?
bias towards
Henry, you racist?
Monkeys?
Did you guys know what I mean? Do you?
Yeah, I know.
You feel that point?
Okay. I both agree with you and I disagree with you. I agree with you that Asians are underrepresented in all films, TV series, everything. They're underrepresented.
Unfairly so.
Unfairly
And
so,
a lot of
I would
times.
say. A lot of the time. But at the same time, what I would say is that they're trying to reach not the non-Asian community. Most of the time, their target audience, or the bulk of their audience, is the Caucasian.
Yeah, I completely understand that because that's just
And
business.
from a business
so.
perspective, it's more like, well, they're not going to relate to an Asian character. You know, they just won't. So that's why they do it.
That's the
And
thing
China's got a lot of billion people in the world, so
That's the thing
Yeah.
with the
Yeah, but
film
how many of
industry
them?
in general.
How many
though.
of them can afford a TV? Or how many of them can afford to go?
now
to the
more
movies?
than ever.
Or now, more than ever, true.
There's your point.
Well, you know, if they're gonna see the movie, they're not gonna pay for a full price in the cinemas.
Damn.
The stereotype down.
Knocking
Okay.
them out one after another.
That's the thing with the movie industry, though. They tend to insert different segments just from that country to try and get a bigger audience from that country. There was one, Fearless by Jet Li. There's a whole segment with Muay Thai fighter. It was cut out from general Western release. It was only in Thailand.
Yeah.
But it was in there.
That
Also,
targeting.
like, what was it, G.I. Joe?
I think it was G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
There was an Asian guy.
There were two. The
Yeah.
ninjas. The ninjas.
The ninjas.
Weren't they both meant to be Asian? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't watched the movie.
I don't even. But the guy from that, I think he was just like randomly inserted into Red too.
All right. Okay.
It was non-stereotypical Asian casting, but it was. I guess it's sort of wrong for me to assume that he was inserted in there just because he's Asian. Because hey, an Asian guy getting casted as like a secret agent who's really mad at stuff.
Another really
good.
fucking annoying example of not casting an Asian where it was supposed to be is I think what was it called? Something Atlas.
Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas. Yeah, Cloud Atlas.
Oh, where they just
there's
yellow
this-
face.
Yeah, yellow face. Oh my.
However, that
holy
was like
shit.
an overt metaphor in the book that people live different lives. They have to play every role in the same central story again before they decide to turn around and face evil.
You're telling me
and
there's
whatnot.
like a
I've read the book, Henry.
like a
It's-
contextual out.
Yeah, there is a contextual outline for that, but they really should have done it with like lookalikes and stuff. Because
So anyway, if you're interested, just Google that Cloud Atlas yellow face. But I think before you get kicked out again in true Chinese Whispers fashion, I guess we should wrap it up. Is there any closing thoughts, final words that you guys want to say?
one more
Yeah,
thing.
go for it, quick, go.
Asians and smoking, man.
I don't know what you want to talk
There
about.
is that stereotype where Asians are squat outside.
Asians squat with a bowl of rice.
They'll squat anywhere with any
They've
activity.
got a cigarette in the
yeah.
same hand. They're wearing
don't-
the white singlet.
They don't normally smoke it up near like the joint of the first. The first joint on your digits, they just smoke
most
it like
distal
all the way
phalanges.
down to the palm.
I never noticed that, but I guess that's a thing if you say so.
It's the reason for that is like I don't know. I think it's Asian smokers were really stressed about work and stuff. We put so much emphasis on that. Also, another reason. Well, what?
I don't understand the connection, but with the way that they hold the cigarette.
No, not the way that they hold the cigarette. Just like how many they smoke a
right.
day.
I think that's universal. But, well, that's the fucking 6th episode of Chinese Whispers. And yeah, this time we're going to wrap it up before we actually get forced out. Is there any closing words of thoughts that you guys want to say?
Yeah. One more stereotype, Michael. You've been on your phone the whole
Harry's
time.
on fire.
Yeah, you've been on your phone the whole time. That is like.
Yeah. Michael's been staring at his phone because that's Michael. He's been enslaved by technology. Yeah. See ya.
See ya.
I bring penis into all topics.